Welcome back class 4th in your computer classes. So in our last video we were on lesson number 3. But as we know that in our first unit test only 2 chapters are coming. So first of all we will revise the chapters. So today we are going to revise our lesson number 1st and lesson number 2nd. So coming towards our lesson number 1st, what is the name of our lesson number 1st? Computer devices, memory and storage. So in this, we will see the topics input and output devices, processing and storage devices, primary memory, secondary memory, application of computers, internal and external memory, and primary and secondary storage devices. So first of all, let us start our chapter or our revision with a short introduction. So computer is an electronic machine that can store, organize and find information and do calculations. And a computer works on data and information that we provide into it, we feed into it. Okay, there are various parts in a computer that help it to do a lot of tasks and activities and give us the desired output or results. Okay, on the basis of what we are inputting or what we are providing the information to our computer system, that on the basis of that only all our desired output or results comes. So there are 4 main types of devices that make a computer work. So first of all, we will see input devices. Okay, what are input devices? The devices which are used to enter data or information into the computer are known as input devices. So some commonly used input devices are, first of all, we can see in the picture also, first of all, keyboard. So keyboard, we can see here also, the picture is given. A keyboard is used to type the data into the computer using various keys. We can see here there are number of keys present in the keyboard. So it is a keyboard which is used to type the data into the computer using various keys. Then next one, if we see, it is a mouse. Here is the picture of mouse, we can see. Okay. Then so the mouse is a device to draw things and select items and text on a computer. It is a pointing device. What is it? It is a pointing device which is used to select or to draw things on our computer screen. Then next, if we will see, then it is joystick here. Joystick. Then this is used to play games on a computer. Okay. Then microphone. Very simple. Microphones. A microphone is used to record sounds and music in the computer. Scanner. It is used to copy pictures and documents so that they can be stored in a computer system. Many others are there like light pen, touch screen, okay, OCR and MICR. Here are all these are the our input devices which is used to input our data in the system. Okay. Then here next is our output device. What are output devices? The devices which allows us to show the output or result of the work performed by a computer is the output only. Okay, what is it? It shows the output or results on the computer. So some of the output devices, first of all, we will see the monitor. Monitor, we can see a monitor also called the VDU. What is the VDU? Visual display unit. All the short forms also you have to learn. Okay, from your chapter, within your chapter, the between your chapter it may come. Then don't ask it afterwards then that we have not provided you or you haven't learned. Okay, all the things you have to learn. So listen carefully whatever we are telling you. So video visual display unit displays the data on the screen. Okay, then second one is printer. It is used to take print out of up on a paper, and yes, very simple it is. Then speakers, these are the set of two boxes. Okay, here we can see these are the set of two boxes to listen to music, sounds, speech, etc. Okay, like disk drive, this is also an output device, and flash drive, this is also a output device. So all these are the output devices. Okay, some other output devices, here we can see printer, speaker we have already taken, okay, considered. Then headphones, sound cards, plotter, projectors, etc. Okay, then moving forward to our processing devices. So first of all, the main processing device, the CPU box, is the processing unit of a computer where all the calculations are done to get the desired output. Okay, all the calculation. So what is CPU? CPU is the brain of computer. We are learning it from our first class. So CPU is the processing unit. The CPU or the central processing unit is present inside the CPU box. If we will see the CPU box, then all the things are fitted inside the CPU. Then the CPU is the brain of computer and is often known as microprocessor. It is also known as the microprocessor. Then what is the main thing here we will study? The CPU has three parts. CPU has three parts. For what are those? ALU, arithmetic logic unit, then CU, control unit, and the third one is MU, means memory unit. So let's consider one by one. So first of all we will consider arithmetic logical unit or ALU. Okay, see, the ALU performs all calculations and comparisons. Okay, then second one, control unit, or in short we will say it CU. CU or control unit controls action of the computer and tells other parts of the computer what they have to do. Okay, understood? Then last one is MU or memory unit. In short we call it MU. Then memory unit is a memory unit that stores data or information temporarily. So here this is used to do calculations. Okay, and this controls the actions, and this is used to stores the data. Okay, first of all calculations we do, then second control, and then store. Okay, so these are the three main parts of the CPU of the processing device. Okay, dear students, hope you have understood. Now moving forward, so there are three. In conclusion we can say it performs all the arithmetic logical operations, then CU controls, and MU at area where all the data is stored. Very simple it is. Okay, then memory chart. See, two types of memory are there. First of all, primary memory and secondary memory. Actually primary memory is the internal memory. Okay, and secondary memory is the external memory. Already we have told you. Okay, see, the primary memory is kept on silicon chips and is fixed to circuit box, and it is known as the internal memory. Okay, two types of memory are there, mainly RAM and ROM. So what is RAM? It is random access memory. Okay, what is there? The information exists till the calculator is on. As soon as we turn off the calculator, data gets erased. Okay, it means it is temporary. Okay, so it stores on this memory is erased when the computer is switched off. A calculator is an example of RAM. Then second one ROM. It refers to read-only memory that holds the inbuilt information. It consists of instructions and programs fed by the manufacturer to simplify the working of a computer operator. We cannot record data on ROM, only read from it. Okay, as the name also indicate, ROM, read only memory. So we cannot record data on ROM, only we can read from it. Understood? Then come on secondary memory, which is also known as the external memory. Why? It is used to store data for a longer period of time, and it is required because why it is needed? Because the primary memory is not sufficient to store large amount of information. Okay, because primary memory is not enough to store for the long time and large amount of memory. So secondary memories are used. Okay, then for example of secondary memory are floppy disk, hard disk, CD, DVD, or punching devices, magnetic tapes. Okay, here it is all given. These are here. Okay, then next is our storage devices. Okay, what are storage devices? We use many storage devices like almirah, cupboard, locker, etc. to store things. Yes, in our daily life we use all these things. Huh? So in the same way, a computer also uses CDs, USB flash drive, DVDs, etc. for storage of data. Okay, so here first of all we will see the USB. Here USB C, it is given here. So it is a small storage device used to carry data or transport files from one computer to another. Second, DVDs. DVDs if we see, okay. So it refers to the compact disc, video disc, and can store a lot of data, as well as a multimedia card. So multimedia card here this card is small in size and is available in different storage capacities. Different capacities are there, okay. So these are our storage devices. Then next one is basic application of computer. Very simple it is. You tell me first of all, what are the application areas of computer, where we can see the computer working. First of all, in our schools also, at our homes also, PCs are available, and then educational institutions, then hospitals also, hotels also, banks. Okay, so one by one we will see them. So first of all, education means in our school. Okay, then medical, in hospitals we go. Then also all the work is done, all the machines are kept there, all the medical reports are stored in, all the data and information are kept secured in this computer system. Then science and technology, research in researching. Then entertainment, as we see the televisions and animated picture videos. Then for governmental works also, like banks, okay, and post offices also. Then communication, very important role computer plays in the field of communication. Then e-commerce, electronic commerce, or e-business, okay, the business we do on online businesses. Okay, so these are the basic application of computers. Okay, then data and information. So what is data and what is information? Data are simply facts or figures, bits of information, but not information itself. Okay, it is a part of information but not information. Are you getting now? When data is processed, interpreted, or organized, structured, or presented so as to make them meaningful or useful, they are called information. Understood? So for the difference, how to compare or to understand data and information more uh, in a developed way, I have created here data versus information, means the comparison I have taken here. So data is a raw facts and information is data with context. In data no context, and information processed data. When the work is done upon the data or in an organized way it is put, then it is known as the information. But the third point, just numbers and text, and information value added to data, like summarized, organized, and analyzed. So once again here we can see data can be any character, number, images, anything it can be which is not uh, properly arranged, and information organized and presented in a context to make it useful is called information. Then data alone can never be signified. There is no use of data alone, but information is always important by itself. Then data is based on records, observations, etc. Then information is based on analysis of data. Data is unorganized and does not depends on information, but information always depends on data and organization. So that's all about our lesson. Okay. Then moving forward, our question answers. See the question answers. So first question is, name two input devices and two output devices. So input devices, keyboard, mouse. Output devices, monitor and printer. Second, what is a processing unit? The CPU box is the processing unit where all calculations are done. Third, name two types of memory, primary memory and secondary memory. Very easy questions these are, students. And once you have given test also. Then what is a computer memory? How it is measured? The memory is a part of computer where data is stored. It is measured in byte. Write a brief note on storage devices. The storage devices are used to store data. For example, USB flash drive, DVDs, etc. CDs, DVDs, etc. So these are the simple questions. 5 questions are there of only 1, 2 or maximum of 3 lines. Okay, you can learn them as, and exercise is also very simple. Then come to our lesson number 2, knowing Windows. Then first of all, in this, it is very lengthy chapter but easy also. Okay, then versions of Windows we will see first of all. So first of all, what is version? So system that controls or activities related to operations in a computer. MS Word has many types that are called versions. The many types of a kind are known as versions. Okay, so these versions include MS Windows 95, MS Word 2000, MS Windows XP, MS Windows Vista, etc. Okay, the latest version is MS Windows 10. Okay, then Windows 7 is a very popular operating system developed by Microsoft, and it's designed to use in PCs for business and home purposes. So some common versions of Windows 7 are, we will see here some common versions. First of all, Windows 7 Home Premium. In this we can see here. Second, Windows 7 Professional, and third, Windows 7 Ultimate. So these are the common versions of Windows 7. Okay, then moving towards our next topic is files and folders. In our early videos, I explained you very well this with the example of books and with the bags, है ना? Have you remembered that? Yes. What is a file? Is the common storage unit in a computer, and all programs and data are written into a file. Okay, all the information when arranged in a particular order and put it into a single file, that is known as the file. And folders provide a matter for organizing files. When there is a number of files we have to keep in a one place, then it is known as the folder. Okay, then after completing a task on computer, we save our work on hard disk with a name. This saved work is called a file, and collection of many files is a folder in simple language. Okay, a folder can hold both files and other folders in it. Okay, have you understood now? Okay, moving forward, file and folder, here you can see the difference also. It is given, file is a collection of related data and folder is a way of organizing data. Files take space on the computer memory and folder do not take spaces on the memory. Okay, okay, then next topics are creating a new file. Okay, creating a new file. First topic is creating a new file. How to create a new file? Move the mouse on any blank page on the desktop. Okay, then right click the mouse and a shortcut menu appears on it. Then what we have to select? New, because we are creating a folder. So we have to go to new, then folder option and type and give your name, any name you can give. Now the folder is ready to store files in it. Okay, then rename, very simple it is to rename a file. Then what we have to do for renaming? Rename means changing the name of an existing file or folder. Means the name whatever is given, already given in the folder, that we have to change. It is known as the renaming. And what we have to do for that? Simply select the file, okay, which we required to rename. Then right click the mouse button and we have to simply select on the rename option. Then type the new name and our folder will be renamed. Okay, now this is also over. Then third one is selecting multiple files. How to select multiple files? There are two ways, when adjacent and in non-adjacent way. So what is that? Listen, adjacent mean when in pattern or in a particular format, we have to continuous format, we have to select our files. It is known as the adjacent. So simply what we have to do, dear students, click on the first file to be selected and hold the shift key, and now select the last file or folder. Okay, all the adjacent files or folders are selected in this way. Then second way is non-adjacent, means whenever we want to pick one file from anywhere, and second file from another where, third from next place, and fourth from other. So this is the non-adjacent. So to select non-adjacent files, what we have to do first of all, select the folder or file, hold the control key and click on each of the items required to be selected. Okay, in this way you can select your files. In both the ways are taught to you. So here this topic is also. Next is moving and copying a file. How to move and copy a file? Both the steps are same for both the things, moving and copying. What we have to do, first of all, we have to select multiple files or folders which to be moved or copied. Next, right click we have to do, and for moving, first of all we have to click on the cut option, and for copying we have to click on the copy option. Then third step, select a new location where we have to move, okay, and double click on that, and in this also copying also. Then fourth, right click the mouse and click the paste option. For moving we have to click the paste option, as well as for copying also we have to click the paste option. What is the main only difference? The only difference is in our second step. What? In moving we have to select cut option, and in copying we have to select copy. Okay, that's all, the moving and copying. Don't get confused, it is the simplest way of copying and moving. Okay. Then deleting a file or folder. Deleting a file or folder, simply select the file which to be deleted. Then right click on the mouse button and select delete option. Then press enter or click on the yes button to delete the file or folder. Okay, when Windows 7 calls for confirmation. So what you have to do, select the file which you want to delete and select the delete button. Okay, that's all. Then our last one is accessories. So what are accessories? These are the options. These are the options which make our work easy. It contains applications that make our work easy and fast. So these are the accessories. So in Windows 7 there are a number of standard applications called accessories. So some of these applications are Paint, WordPad, Notepad, Calculator, and network projector, command prompt, and Paint we have already said. Then sticky notes, sound recorder, run, getting started. All these are the examples of accessories. Okay, dear student. So that was all about your second chapter. Now let's have a look on our question answers also. So first question is, name some common versions of Windows 7. So in our very first topic of this chapter, we have discussed about the common versions of Windows 7, which are Windows 7 Home Premium, Personal and Ultimate. Okay. Then second one, write down the steps used to create a folder. Then what are the steps? Right click on the mouse on the desktop, select the new option, click and select the folder option, then type and give a name to the new folder. Just now we have revised this question. Very important question it is. Write down the steps to rename a file or folder. This is also very simple. So first of all, select the file or folder required to be renamed. Step second, right click the mouse button and select the rename option. Then step third, type the new name and then click on blank space. Fourth one, how can you select multiple files or folders? To select, there are two forms, adjacent and non-adjacent files. So for first, hold the shift key and select the last file or folder. And for non-adjacent, hold the control key and select on each of the items which to be required to be selected. Okay, simple. Then fifth, write down the steps to move and copy a file or a folder. So the steps, two things are asked together, move and copy. So what I told you, only second step, there is only a little bit change in second step, rest is all same. So select a file or folder to be moved or copied, then right click on the mouse button and click on cut or copy option. For that selecting, for moving we have to put the cut, and for copying we have to select the or click on the copy option. Then third, select the place where file is to be moved or copied and double click on the option of open it, and then right click the mouse and click paste option. Okay dear student, that was all about your question answers exercise. Also you have to revise dear students. So if there are whatever copy work and book work is there, you have to learn homework, learn lesson number 2 for test, because lesson number first we have already given you in the test. Your test is over of lesson number first. Then in next week you will be getting lesson number 2. Thank you.